Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me today with your host, Milo, and episode number 47 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. Yes. I want to know all of the things on earth. I want to know everything. I want to get up in everyone's business. I always want to know the details. My friends call me the FBI agent or the super sleuth or the fucking, I don't know, the tax department or some shit, because whenever people tell me a story, right? I always want to know the details, right? I want to know details of the story. I want to know details. I want to know what motivates people behind their skulls, bro, and what makes their what justifies their actions and makes people do the things that they do. So when people are telling me casual stories, like the most average people that are not completely autistic like me, they leave out a lot of details, right? And conversely, when I'm telling a story, I add way too many details and often repeat myself over and over again because I don't think that the retard in front of me has quite understood what the fuck I be saying to him, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? If I don't see the appropriate social cues and responses from them, then I'm like, I might just run like a fucking dirty ass broken record, going over and over and over the same point until it drives it into their fucking brain and they realize, oh, I better say, hey, crazy. Hey, that's crazy. Or cool, Miles, once again. You know what I mean, bro? That's what people be like, because their eyes glazing over when I go and tell them about what color shoes on that the person had on that I saw them at the store when they were walking to the market and blah, 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 at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday, the weather was cold, and all the other kind of stupid bullshit, man. Okay, bro? But the number one thing that I want to know on this earth is when are we going to finally get what we deserve? You know what I mean, bro? We all deserve something. We all owed something by this life, by this fucking, by fate, by the powers that be. They owe us something. I was born into this life against my will. Not that I had any willpower before I was born, but if I did, I would have used that willpower to not be born, right? Or at least not in some type of physical body like I am right now. I probably would have remained as a pre-existent soul or a pre-conscious being. Yeah, that's what I was before I was born. I was a pre-conscious being, and therefore I had no willpower. I was like a rock. And if I had that willpower, I would have exercised it, right? And so we all come into this life with a chip on our shoulders. We all come into it screaming and hollering and carrying on like crazy people because we've just been ejected from the warm, loving, liquid embrace of the fluidy womb inside of our mum's bellies, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? And we get ejected into the cold, harsh environment of a hospital or some stupid ass bullshit like that with some dude with a surgical glove and a mask and glasses and the hats and lights and all that kind of stuff. They'll be pulling and prodding and ripping you out and just squeezing you and like cutting your umbilical cord and all that type of stuff. And it's a very traumatic experience getting birthed into this fucking world, man. And it's not very pleasant. And to a lot of people, it's very inconvenient, okay? So, it then follows, and it's very understandable, it's quite reasonable, it's easy to relate to, right? That we're born with these chips on our shoulders, not fucking French fries, man. I'm talking about we got a little chip off the old block there, we got a little bit of axe to grind, it's a bit of skin off of our noses, mate. And a lot of people are unhappy about that situation, okay? So I want to know, when will we get what we deserve, bro? Because we've all been putting in so much hard work, most of us anyway, just being here and existing every day and using our lungs to breathe and fucking our eyes to see and our ears to hear and smelling things through our noses and tasting the stuff with the tongues that we've been born with, right? Just doing all that type of stuff requires a minimum amount of effort, or like a less than zero amount of effort, right? Significant, man, okay? And, Once you've taken the genie out the bottle, you can't get it back in. So that's what I'm trying to say by that, is we can't crawl back into the womb, bro. We can't do that until we go into the future and enter the digital cocoon, bro. Okay, bro? Because that's what's coming next. We're going from one womb to the other. Soon there'll be no wombs in the future anyway, because we're going to go to the digital cocoon. And people won't mate anymore, and they won't have sex, and there will not be any more babies produced by natural means. It'll all just be cloning and like vats, babies born in a vat by harvested sperm and eggs, and probably that of the most richest, elite, smartest people with the most money, and maybe some athletes and stuff like that, and people that have done famous shit probably getting reproduced in the cloning vats, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? But fuck all that, because we're talking about here right now. We're on this planet Earth, right? You, me, 2:45, and we're all coming straight through looking like a tree, okay? And that's why we've got to leave eventually, because the roots of our blood system be born down into the family ancestry, and then that reproduces and cooperates with an inverse wave of babies being born every second day, or every second of the day, I should say. Right? And then so what you get is like an exponential curve that just keeps blasting off into space of babies being born, first of all from maternal means, and then later on down the track from artificial means, like a lab-born baby, bruh, you know? But before all that happens, I want to know when do we get rich? Not just rich, but like fulfilled. When do we get fulfilled? When do we get some satisfaction in this earth, man? I want to be satisfied, bruh. I'm sick of trudging around, working my ass off, doing the good deeds, and being a nice man. And, nice guys finish last, I suppose, because I'll be sitting on my ass in clothes and I'm sucking on a hose with no pass up my nose, all right? And I'm tired of all this living that we be doing without reward. I want to be rewarded for existing, okay? That's what I want to do, because existence itself is it's like one big experience, and maybe some would say that it is somewhat of like a reward in and of itself, right? Just the chance to live is a good thing, I suppose. But that's very circumstantial. Like, what if you were born in Ethiopia and you were just dying like that kid, that famous photo of the vulture? The vulture is stalking the child who's about to die. You could have been that child, right? Or you could have been the vulture. Imagine if you were born as the vulture and you had to feast upon the dying child just to survive, because you're a scavenger bird and you don't hunt. You just scavenge the dead carcasses of other people's hunts, like lions or poachers or whatever the fuck it might be, you know? I'm just thinking that, we've been doing this thing for a little while now. Like, I'm in my 30s, and a lot of people out there are even older than me, and a lot of people even younger. But, we all been in this together for quite some time, and I feel like the risk-reward of this entire scenario is just all out of whack. It's all out of skew, because, I'll be risking my life out here every day, eating mouthfuls of cheeseburgers and clogging up my arteries. I could get a stroke or a fucking aneurysm at any moment, and then my brain breaks and I keel over and die. And then I don't think what happens when you die? Am I going to return to pre-consciousness, or is that post-consciousness existence? Because I feel like it's a little bit different. A lot of people think it's exactly the same, but I've been doing some real heavy meditation on this, cross-legged, walking up into the mountains and sitting in a cave, sealing it off and just sitting there in the darkness with nothing but burning incense in a certain like sort of pose, like the lotus or some shit like that. And I'd be thinking so much about pre-conscious beings versus the post-conscious beings, right? And I'm talking about pre-life versus post-life, okay? Post-mortem, man, okay, bruh? So I want to make sure that we get some type of fucking remuneration, some type of fucking prize at the end of this, a consolation prize for before we are too dead to be able to appreciate it, you know what I'm saying, bro? Or use it. Like, when's karma going to send something our way? Why don't we band together and start fucking like a change.org, what's that thing? A poll? No, what's it? A referendum? It's a survey. It's a... what is that thing? It's a change.org. Is it a survey? It's a poll. Fuck, I don't know what it is. It's, the word's on the tip of my tongue, but my stupid ass brain has suddenly slipped into post-consciousness, and now I'm brain dead, and I can't tell you what that word is for the thing that you find on change.org. It's like a survey. It's like that, but it's not. You have your own opinion on something, and like you vote. You tell people to change stuff. Remember, they would, that's what happens. You've all seen change.org. It's all gone around for people who are victims of certain natural disasters and this, that, and the other, and people want to change fucking political laws and legislations and all types of shit, and they be, problems of varying volume. Some of them sort of mountains made out of molehill types of things, and then there's other things which are huge, but they're all getting hosted on there on change.org, and believe you me, nothing will ever change.org about that, because that's a phony ass website, and I don't think is it a petition? That's what it is, a petition! That's the word, right? I'm talking about a petition. You petition people to change on change.org. So that's, if you want to change something, make sure you sign up to change.org and petition yourself. And maybe you can make a change.org petition about yourself. If you're a fat ass or an alcoholic, or you're a drug addicted person, or you're someone that can't stop lying or deceiving others, or whatever it might be, you're a thief. If you want to change that thing about you, maybe you should go on change.org, made a little petition there about, hey, I want to change this part about myself, sign here, and if you get so many signatures, maybe that'll get you to turn your life around magically, bruh, because that's the power of the people when we get together and we demand what we want and need right now. Wants and needs, and what I want and need is some type of fucking prize, or some type of, I want what I fucking deserve, bruh. You feel me? Speaking of people that get what they deserve, what about businesses? Google business reviews. They hate to get 1-star reviews, man. Back in the day, there was things like that episode of South Park, You're Not Yelping. That just springs to mind. Imagine I just called the title off the top of my head like that as well. I'm not even a mad South Park type of fan. I just remember that one because it was about social media and the internet and stuff. And it was about Cartman or someone. One of the boys was getting real popular in the food critic space or some shit, And anyway, it was just an episode taking the piss out of people and people and services that leave reviews, I think, or might not even have been the entire point of it. It was at very minimum taking the piss out of people that think that their opinion is so amazing that they should post it back online. But this was like fucking 10 or 15 years ago, I suppose. So, people be doing everything online right now, posting all the stuff, and everyone's expected to share their review, I'm a reviewer. I'm a guy that reviews businesses. And if I don't get what I deserve, then I'll be rating your business an appropriate rating. Don't get me wrong. I don't do no malicious ratings unless you really piss me off and I'm like, fuck these motherfuckers. And I get on the Google and I leave a negative review with my experience, right? I try not to embellish it, but you got to sell a good story, man. I want people to understand what I felt and not what really, what I was really subjected to. I want to make sure people know how I feel about it and not the reality of the situation. So, if people can avoid getting my experience due to reading my negative review and they avoid that whole business, then that's, I feel like I've done a service to society. But I also review businesses when they're really good. If there's a place that I frequently go to and they do me well, I give them a review, man. Or if a new place opens up, I go there and try it and I'll give them a review. I'll be honest. I'll take a couple pictures, leave a Google review or some shit, bruh. You know what I'm saying, man? Because I've come to realize that the currency of the Google review and that 5-star rating, it is so important. Just like podcasts, by the way. Apparently there's nothing, if you've ever heard me say this before, I'm sorry, but I'm saying it again right now, just real quick, just to touch on it. But if you've never heard of this, the most important thing in the world, more important than oxygen and fresh water, is to rate podcasts out of 5. If you go into podcasting spaces, everyone wants you to rate their podcast out of 5 because it's the most important thing ever, okay? And that system has been passed on to, or maybe it was passed on from Google review type things, business ratings. There was, there's been all types of reviews and stuff in the world as time went by, and like services. I think there was like, there's been ones around. Sometimes there was like I don't know how to describe it, like so some domain like I don't know, your opinion or some shit. There's been many different review services come and go in the past. Like, do people even know what Yelp is anymore? Is Yelp even a real thing, or is it all just Google reviews and Instagram blogs and TikToks and shit like that? You got to condense your review down into a 60-second reel or a TikTok these days, okay? But like there's like TripAdvisor and like Choice fucking, they used to exist. But now it's all been conglomerated and monopolized or whatever. It's turned into the one big sad sack at Alphabet, Google. And now Google owns the monopoly of ratings, and then businesses, they don't like that. So if you ever wanted to get anything that you ever wanted from a business, all you need to do is rate the business 1 star out of 5, and they will bend over and suck your cock until you take that review away. They'll either give you a refund, they'll give you extra service for free, they give you a swag load of fucking new shit, bruh, for you to put on your car or for you to style your hair with, okay? That's how you get it. That's how you get the secret sauce, man, and you get all sauced up, and then you go into the Google reviews and they want you to take it off because they sauced you up. But that's kind of, I don't know, man. I feel like if you get that 1 star review from me, you fucking deserve it. Because you know that the Google review exists these days, right? And they're so desperate for it, man. Like, some people carry around like like business cards that have a QR code on it. And like you can whip out your phone and scan it with your camera. And you can leave a Google review right then and there. And that's what they want you to do, you know what I mean? Like, I had someone come over and do some shit. What did they do? Oh, yeah, they duplicated a key. At my workplace, I needed to duplicate a key for a car. I had to get a secondary copy made, and they came and did that. And at the very moment he handed me the duplicated key, he whips out this placard from his fucking pocket and is like, "Oh, kindly leave a review, sir." I'm like, "Okay, fucking whatever, man. I suppose so. It was good service, man. So whatever." But like, it just seems a little bit desperate, right? And now that all those other little fucking, well, not all of them, right? Not all of the review sites are gone. I mean, there's things like entertainment space is different, but businesses I think that Google really has a monopoly. There's other places like Metacritic and this, that, and the other, like for entertainment, fresh Rotten Tomatoes and all that, and there's equivalents out there that still exist for like businesses. I can't remember the fucking things off the top of my head, man. They still exist, but Google has utterly fucking clown stomped the fucking competition, and it might actually be for good measure, because now instead of having so many, you're rated 4 stars out of 5 over here, you're rated 2 over there, and you're rated 4.9 over there, and it's hard to know who to trust, right? But now you can see that there's 10 billion reviews of a business on Google. Just go to the newest ones and try to sort of determine whether the reviews are actually left there by a bot. That was just because a lot of businesses, man, they try to inflate their review scores by buying fucking review services, social media services that you get 100,000 reviews for $100 or whatever, and that boosts your fucking SEO, your search engine optimization, and all that types of shit, man. You know what I'm saying, bruh? But yeah, now that Google has a monopoly, you can really, they don't have any choice, man. You can just fucking leave a bad review, and then you're gonna get your dick sucked by the business, bruh. That's what you need to do. So if you want more dick sucking and fucking around with these businesses, make sure you leave a 1-star review right at the beginning of the transaction, because then they're gonna be indebted to you. Like, what you need to do is sign away on some type of thing or whatever, like sign the quote, pay a deposit, and then don't pay the whole thing, and then you leave a 1-star review immediately. Then they come and suck your dick, and then they lower the price of the quote, they give you extra stuff, and basically you're getting out of this whole thing scot-free, just because businesses are greedy, corporate, capitalistic fucking cunts, and they can't stand to have their income affected by reviews, man. Okay, bruh? So yeah. But don't forget, you got to leave positive reviews for businesses that you really like. That coffee shop with the cute barista, and she always, gives you a nice fucking cappuccino. You can leave that 5-star review on that. Or the chicken shop around the road that always gives you an extra piece of chicken or an extra, a couple extra fries or whatever, bruh. You got a 5-star review that bitch, man. You know what I'm saying, bruh? So it's all about karma, it's all about balance and keeping the equilibrium on this planet Earth, because we all need to coexist and get along. And the Google reviewers need to get along with the business owners. But in the end of things, the poor have got to eat and cannibalize the rich, okay? And so we got the power with the Google reviews. That's like the great filter, the great equalizer. And I personally thank God for the existence of Google reviews, because without it, we'd all be on our knees, sucking the dicks and getting fucked in the ass by the CEOs at Apple, okay? And local restaurants. That'd be even worse. You'd go into an Indian restaurant and get fucked in the ass by the business because of whatever reasons that I said before, okay? Good. Lunch, lunch, lunch. We all know it, we all eat it, and we all love it, except for anorexic people. They don't be eating much at all, let alone lunch. I don't even think they start with breakfast, and they don't be eating lunch, they don't be doing no brunches, and they certainly ain't doing no dinners either, unless it's like a dinner of fresh water and air, okay? Or if they're bulimic, they might imbibe some food, put it in their belly, and then vomit it up later as like a dessert. Like dessert is regurgitation flavor. That's what you get. So have something for dinner, then like an hour, half hour later, you go up to the toilet, vomit that bitch up. That's dessert. Yum, yum, yum. I mean, you don't have to re-eat it. You don't have to eat the regurgitated food. But I'm just saying the act of regurgitation is like a little dessert in itself. You know what I mean? It's like a little treat at the end. After dinner mint. But we all love food and we all eat it and we all love lunch especially. So I'm just thinking of like, you know, lunches have got a very strong history on planet Earth. As a matter of fact, like they go back a long time. We've all been eating lunches for as long as I can remember. Like, you know, I was born and I was eating lunch in school and eating lunch at my workplace now. I've always been eating lunch on the weekends and like all the, like, you know, lunch is just something that happens, man. It's probably my favorite meal of the day is lunch. Because there's so many options, right? You can go to restaurants, you can eat like fried chicken, you can eat burgers, pasta, you can eat Asian curry, stir fry, like Mongolian lamb, bruh. You know what I'm saying, man? You can eat some Thai fucking curry type shit, red curry, green curry. You can eat some fucking Penang, bruh. Okay, bruh? And like, I just love food so much. Spaghetti, gnocchi, what else is there? Pepperoni. And pizza, man. You can't forget about the pizza. I love pizza with pineapple, pepperoni, and jalapeno on it, and some dark sriracha. That's really good. You ever had dark sriracha? That's like, it's sort of like, I don't know what it is, but it's sriracha sauce and it's dark, and it's just ever so slightly sweet. It's got like a syrupiness to it. It's not just a slight syrupy spiciness. It's really good. Good stuff. What else do you have for lunch though? Like, I guess like Korean fried chicken is a popular one. You can always go to the Korean barbecue places as well for lunch and cook your own food, which is something that I quite like to do. A little bit of fun, especially if you're in a group of friends. You can feel like the center of attention and everyone says, oh, thank you, Milo, for cooking such good food, bruh. And it's just sitting there in a little stovetop thing in front of you and you get to roast up all your stuff. That's a fun one. I think it's a lot of fun for people to do. Or there's just hot dogs, there's fried chips, man. Like you can just get some fries, that's an easy lunch, chicken nuggets. Seems a lot of chicken on my mind, isn't there? What about a Subway sandwich? You can have that for lunch. I think that's the most popular lunch in corporate workplaces because they'd be buying Subway, they'd be catering for you, man. Like you get 30 fucking 4-inch Subways. They're not even 6 inches. I think you get like a bunch of tiny little Subways for your luncheon or your meeting, and then they bust out the cookie tray. That's a popular one, isn't it? At corporate events, they gotta love their Subways. I wonder what the most popular lunchtime food in the world is. Do you think it could be a pie? Oh, I forgot about pies, man. Pies, man. Dude, I ate pie for lunch. For like, I used to like keep a record streak of how many pies I could eat. I mean, not how many I could eat, but how many I did eat. Like every single day, I would have a coffee and a pie at around brunch time because I didn't eat breakfast and I didn't eat lunch. I didn't eat breakfast and I didn't eat lunch, but I ate pies and a coffee for brunch. I guess that was my lunch. I'm considering that lunch because I've already gone through a diatribe about how we all love and eat lunch. But there was a long time there where I didn't eat lunch. And I still don't eat lunch, as a matter of fact. Now that I think of it, I do one meal a day most of the time. So I don't really usually eat anything at work. I don't have breakfast. I wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. I grab my glasses, I'm out the door, I'm going to hit this city. I go to work and order a black coffee, and it's completely black. I don't have milk or no sugar and none of that because I be drinking that black coffee all the way through to lunch. I ain't going to eat no lunch. And then I wait until it's dinner time and I eat a lot of food, and that's just what I do. Yeah, that's just what I do. Don't stop eating lunch. You got to eat that lunch tonight. You eat dinner, but not if you don't eat lunch. Eat your lunch, eat that lunch. You know that do you know what's a good song about lunch? Juicy by Doja Cat. And that song might not be about lunch, but it's got lunch in the chorus. She says, I keep it juicy. I eat that lunch, something booty, keep it plump or some shit, you know what I'm saying, bro? She's talking about a big fat butt that she got from eating big ass luncheons, man. She probably go to eat the whole Subway luncheon and cookie tray on her own, bruh, because that's how she get that massive ass big badonkadonk inside of her True Religion denim, man, okay? Which is also mentioned in the song. So yeah, lunch is good. Everyone loves it. And even if you don't eat it like I don't, I mean, I go crazy for lunch on the weekends, man. It is my favorite type of meal. Dinner is okay. Dinner's okay, but dinner feels a bit too formal a lot of the time. Like, I don't know. It's a bit of a formality. Where lunch, like you can go to a beer garden or you can go to like out somewhere in the sun and with a glass of wine. Or you could fucking, just do whatever the hell, bruh. Lunch can be a picnic, but you're not going to have a picnic dinner, are you? Lunches are fun. Lunches are fun, cool, casual. Everybody likes it. Dinners are too hoity-toity. You might have to go dress up in like a black tie and a suit if it's a fancy dinner. Or like, I don't know, you might just have to wear some fancy-ass formal wear if you're going to like a big-ass restaurant, like I don't know, a fancy-ass restaurant, right? Where they serve you those shitty a la carte fucking whatever, tiny little shit meals that suck, okay? It's all about bro food, man. It's all about regular ass bro food. Burgers, pizza, pasta, fried chicken, and steaks, okay? Everyone loves steak, all right? And all that other shit that I've been talking about for the past 5 minutes, that's the real meaning of life right there. No one wants to eat like a tiny little piece of fucking boiled chicken with asparagus and a reduced fucking mushroom jus on top, okay? No one wants to eat the mushroom jus. They want to eat the mushroom Palestine, okay? That's what they want to eat, bruh. Sports is a really great thing. It's something that we have been competing in and using as a medium. Sports is like a medium for violence. That's what it is, and domination. It is a way for humans to get their most carnal fucking pleasures out of their system, out from inside of their bodies. Is how do you extract the blood and the hatred and the will to conquer, right? That's how you get it out, is through sports. That's the only acceptable form of competition that we have is sports, whether it be like sports or esports or like, maybe just competing in general. But like, because you can compete in board games as well. I guess you can play cards, you can play fucking chess, you can play whatever. But I'm talking about like volleyball, basketball, AFL, soccer, the world game, man. That's what I'm talking about. Soccer right there. Everyone loves the world game. Everyone loves football, okay? And sports is something that we all take part in. Like, we're forced to do it ever since we're children, right? You got to do school sports. You might get some extracurricular sports if your parents enroll you in a sports team somewhere. I played a bit of basketball and I played a little bit of baseball and played a bit of school sports. I didn't mind that shit. It's fun. It's cool, but like nothing serious for me. But sports, I love it when the ball be kicked. When we're kicking the ball, that's what the best thing about sports is, when we can just all agree that the ball is about to get kicked, and then the sports person does that. He runs up to the ball and he kicks it, and then we get a goal. That's really exciting. I think a lot of people have come together and thought about this, and they signed a petition on change.org to recognize that when the ball goes in the goal and you score a point, that is the most exhilarating part of the game, right? But I suppose there's also racing as well, and I suppose is that a sport? Athletics sports, they're sporty. I don't know if they're not competition sports, but they're sports, right? Is running a sport? Is sprinting, swimming? Those are sports. Yeah, those are sports. Hear me out. I'm for sure that those are sports, man. Okay, like there's no doubt in my mind that those things that I just listed off, those activities, are actually sports. Okay. So that's what they are, and what they're going to be considered. They're going to be considered sports for the rest of the time. There is no point in time when swimming will not be considered a sport. Okay, it's just going to always be one of the best sports that Australia dominates at, because we're such good swimmers. Okay, and we're the best at a lot of sports, especially for just being this tiny little nation. I mean, geographically, our nation is gigantic. It's like as big as the USA, and it's like as big as Russia and all that type of shit, right? It's a big-ass continent, man. We got land over here, okay? Maybe I shouldn't say that too loud, or someone's going to invade us. I mean, I feel like we've probably been partially or mostly infiltrated and invaded by China already. They own half the infrastructure and they own all of the everything on Earth, basically. China is the secret superpower, man. I think we're all deluding ourselves into thinking that America has got such military might. Meanwhile, China have got 20,000 trillion people over there. You think that they don't have like more intelligent people working on crazier technology? Anyway, I heard that on that point, I think that I heard some shit that China is way ahead in drone technology because they don't have the same aeronautical fucking aerospace fucking laws and treaties that places like the US does. So in many ways, China is way more advanced than the USA when it comes to certain military things, and that's a fact, right, bro? That's a fact, man. But everyone be thinking that, the USA is so strong because they got the atomic bombs, and you think that China, with all their fucking crazy-ass shit and their pollution and the fact that they don't care about anything or anyone, you think that they don't have 10,000 billion nuclear warheads over there, bro? Because that's, if I were Xi Jinping, that's what I would do. I'd be hoarding nukes, okay? So when my sports team loses, I can, just demolish the opposition, man. I'm talking about, if someone asked me if I saw the game. You see the game last week, Milo? Yeah, man, I saw the game, and I was fed up with it, so I fucking hit the nuke, put the nuclear codes on that bitch and sent it to the coach's head, okay? I sent it to the fucking capital city of the opposing nation just so they could understand that I take sports seriously, okay? And I suppose you got combat sports where people actually fight each other with fists and shit like that, bare knuckle or gloves or whatever, kicks, punches, elbows, knees, knuckles onto skin, bone splintering, ligament breaking action right there. High octane, gets the adrenaline pumping, gets the chest heaving and the lungs burning, bruh. You know what I'm saying, man? Because that's what we all love about sports. We all got to get exhausted and exhaust ourselves over and over again and dump a heap of energy and a heap of time and dexterity and patience and all that type of stuff to get better. We've got to refine those skills to pay the bills, and you've got to use your will to keep on coming up with the kills, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because if you don't do any of that shit, you're going to get sacked from the team. You're going to get traded down to a shittier team. You're going to get paid less. People are going to make a mockery of you. They're going to make you do a shame walk in the street with your pants down. They'll shackle you to a pigsty and throw cow pies at your ass, man. That's what they're going to do. Because no one likes it when someone loses the sports game. That's a fact. That's a certified fact. Everyone agrees. We all come together and we decided that it's a certified fact that we hate it when someone loses the game on with their own bad behavior, and then the entire team is spoiled. The entire season goes to shit, and the coach is pulling his hair out, and the fans are just fucking fuming. The fans just fucking can't stand it. They're steaming below their fucking collars, red face, screaming, shouting, going crazy because my team doesn't have enough scores and your team has too many, all right? And we work too damn hard. I pay a membership every month or every year or whatever to my favorite sport club so that they recognize me. They send me the stupid little postcard or whatever. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm a die-hard sports fan. I camp outside the stadium for 10 days prior to the event just to make sure I get the proper seating and I'm there at the right time and all that type of shit. Because I don't want to miss kickoffs, man. I don't want to miss the start of the game. I've got to be there, eyes open for every freaking second of the action. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about action and satisfaction and reaction. And it's about different factions coming together to count down the fractions and math it out. Because it's all about the scores. It's all about the stats. And that's what sports is really about, statistics. Because if you break down the performance into speed ran, meters per second that the ball traveled, or number of touches, number of kicks, number of this, whatever the fuck, bruh. That's how you break it down for that if you're a gambler, because you want to win money and you want to bet big on the right horse and on the right this and the right team and the right fighter or whatever it might be, and you can't afford to lose your entire life savings on someone whose KPI is so far into the ground that they're gonna die, okay, and then fly. So you need to, if you don't want to cry, what you need to do is pull up those statistics, get hard nerding into it, bust out the calculator, hop into the algorithm and write it on down to BetTown so you can win that money and become the world's number one pundit who's got the number two prize money and the number one prize money because you don't want to come second. You want to come first, bro. I don't know what I was thinking right there because maybe what I really mean to say is that you don't want to become just second or third. You want to become first and second and third. You want to wipe out the competition until you just don't have any more competition left. And then every time that you make a bet, the only person that can possibly win is you because you've destroyed the opposition. Then no one else can make any bets except you, okay? That's the actual secret to winning bets, is to make sure that no one else can bet except you, okay? But yeah, the love of the game. Feel the power and the passion. Feel the sweat in the air. The red, the rosy red cheeks. The testosterone, baby. You know what I'm saying? That manly, masculine musk that be coming off of them muscles and smothering my nostrils and getting into my lungs and making me come because it's so... I'm so horny when I see the opposition. When I see the teams doing the things that I like to see them do, okay? I like it when the teams do the stuff and the ball be rolling and all that type of stuff because that's what sport's all about. Sports is so great. We all love sports!
Welcome to the Milo Experience.
Alright, I think that just about does it, people. I think that just about is enough right there. That is it. That is done and dusted, okay? Okay. Alright. Real life updates. There's nothing to tell you about. Everything is normal, okay? Everything is normal. Nothing's happening. Refer to the past fucking 5 episodes where nothing in my life has changed. Go to work, go home. 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 Play video games. Do some stupid shit. Whatever. It's always the same stupid shit, okay? So without further ado, if you're listening on YouTube, you know what to do, tube. I want you to hit the thumbs up button. I want you to hit the subscribe button. I want you to go down and leave a comment saying, hey Milo, and I will like your comment. I may even heart it, and I might pin the comment as well, and I'll also respond to it, okay? Okay. If you're listening on Spotify, you're that guy. You can follow the podcast on Spotify. You can rate the podcast out of 5, the most important thing ever in the world, right? The most important thing ever. You can interact with the poll because I post polls, okay? Apparently, you can leave comments on Spotify as well, so I appreciate that very much. And yeah, I guess that's just about it for episode number 47 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. And I will see you in the next episode. Remember, if you have a dream, you must still be asleep.
Everybody sip the Kool-Aid poured up in the chalice. Callous like my fingertips, we're taking sips so poisonous, it's unavoidable. A lot of people call for this. They wanna call all of the shots and the hits. First they want us in debt, money takes a big dent. Some people got enough cash, big jet. Uneven distribution, cutting checks for church and a slice of heaven's purchase. The world feels deserted. If there is a God, he must really wanna hurt us. Live by the code to stop murderers and perverts, but it's failed every purpose. Don't forget your tickets, now it's time for the excursion. But seems the institution has forgot about the person. What's worse than suffocating in a maze of service? There's a whole lot of space that the earth's in. Petty laws and borders, they don't seem to be working. People stay ignorant, like they had no meaningful human experience. Gymnastics of the thoughts, you're delirious. A lot of people ain't serious about this, but young Milo's vision's unclouded. Begin the incision, circumcised by religion. Keep us on our knees while we scream into the distance, praying, hoping nothing What do I trust in? Spinning in galactic clusters. On a little blue and green ball, I stay hustling. Hey, see I'm Milo, man, listen up. It's that mind state, bro.